Himbos, homelessness, Dragon Quest, immaculately animated bread, beating the shit out of moral guardian groups. If any of those caught your interest, you owe it to yourself to play this game. Yakuza Like a Dragon is the 8th game in the acclaimed Yakuza series. In it, you play as the aforementioned Himbo, Ichiban Kasuga. Sporting an obsession with Dragon Quest and a haircut only a mother could love, Ichiban is quite the endearing protagonist, romping around a fictionalized depiction of Yokohama, Japan, and drastically increasing the healthcare bills of any 2-bit punks or deviants dumb enough to pick a fight with him and his posse. The game features traditional turn-based JRPG combat, complete with a host of traditional JRPG character classes, such as Breakdancer and Dominatrix. The combat system is pretty standard fare for the genre with a few additions, the most significant being the physical positioning of your party members and enemies. This affects how you use AoE skills, and allows for the use of environment objects as improvised weapons, enabling you to bask in the peculiarly disrespectful satisfaction of bludgeoning your foes with a propane tank. The catch is that you can't manually control your movement, so you have to take advantage of opportunities if and when they come up. Enemies can also make attacks of opportunity on party members as they run past, showing that if you're playing Dragon Quest, they're playing D&D. Speaking of pen and paper degeneracy, you can borrow some of that murder hobo spirit to gang up on your opponents and beat them while they're down like the honorable heroes you are. Of course, indulging in morally righteous sociopathy isn't the only thing you can do while prowling the mean streets of Ijincho. If you thought the troublemakers infesting every corner were weirdos, just wait till you meet the law-abiding citizens. The people of the city have all kinds of problems, and you're just the knight in shining armor to solve them. But maybe you can't be bothered. Instead of helping others with their woes, maybe you'd prefer to while away the hours with go-kart racing, karaoke, arcade games, or numerous other side activities scattered throughout the map. Some of these side activities can yield unexpected benefits, such as unlocking the ability to beat your enemies into submission through sheer force of capitalistic dominance. Joining Ichiban in his escapades are a colorful group of party members, such as a cynical homeless man who combats foes through the weaponization of his own ungodly stank. You'll get to know your stalwart comrades more as the game progresses, unlocking chapters in their own side stories and helping them through their unique troubles as you knock one back with the homies before knocking in their enemies' skulls. Ichiban doesn't just develop his friendships, though. He also develops himself, because nothing says self-improvement quite like pie radar charts. As you help Ichiban through his journey toward becoming a self-actualized Giga-Chad, you unlock access to various pieces of in-game content, such as activities, shops, and even character classes. You can develop Ichiban's personality through a variety of means, most notably a vocational school, so you can live out the fantasy of completing your higher education without going into crippling debt. Speaking of crippling debt, the wide and complex story focuses heavily on those marginalized by society, occupants of so-called gray zones, where residents are pushed by necessity to engage in dubious practices in order to get by, such as vagrancy or prostitution. A large part of the plot focuses on the earnest efforts of those in power to integrate these poor souls into the fucking concrete. These themes of societal marginalization blend with touching found family elements and an epic crime-action thriller backdrop to make a story with more twists and turns than a visit to a local soapland. Between the main story and the numerous side quests and activities, you can easily sink dozens of hours into a single playthrough. So if you're concerned about getting your money's worth, don't worry! This game is one hell of a wild ride. I give it a just go play it out of 10. Thank you so much for listening. The next video is on its way. You beautiful folks have a good one now.